think you did that for Will Ferrell.
Rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight.
Whoop.
Ooh, afternoon delight.
Wow. You have the voice of an angel.
I love that. That's another Will Ferrell connection in there. But this is not the Will Ferrell episode. Guys, welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast, the best damn podcast you heard today.
She's yawning.
My name is...
was already bored.
I know, right? My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
Ashley.
No, God. Don't ever make everybody go sleep.
Oh, I'm Ashley.
Sorry.
I'm Ashley.
Like an anime.
I hate it. I'm Ashley. Ding.
Amanda did 2 peace signs just for anybody that wanted to know.
Oh.
Yeah.
We are going down the rabbit hole of Sir, actually he's not knighted, but Paul Rudd and Amanda. This is our street cred episode. Tell our audience how it go.
Okay, here's the deal. So, a street cred. We pull up an actor, director, whoever, pull up their IMDb credits, start at the bottom, work our way all the way to the top. We're going to shit on some movies. We're going to love some movies. We're going to see some movies. We're going to talk about movies that we've never seen before that we're not going to talk about. And that's what it is.
Wow.
Andy wanted me to change it, and now I'm stressed out about it.
Man, you fucking nailed that.
Yeah, I did.
Got it.
Nobody's going to have
That
any
was
questions
so
about how we do
natural.
this.
We're going to see some movies. We're going to watch some
No.
movies. We're going to see it and look at movies. Then we're going to watch them and then we're going to see them again.
We talk about them or not talk about them, and
Exactly
then maybe we
that.
talk about them.
Yes. Uh-huh. Look at us.
That's exactly what I said.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
I will say before you start, Paul Rudd, one of my favorite of all time for various reasons, but Paul Rudd never ages at all. He still looks incredible for like 50. I think he's 50 now these days. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to the part where I tell you his biography.
Okay. Well, let's waiting on you now. Anybody got any
Hate
orange
when you
slices?
do that.
Yeah.
Hate when you do that.
Let's move on.
My erection selection.
Save it for the episode.
Okay, we're in it. We're in the episode right now.
You mean what I know.
All right.
Paul Stephen Rudd was born
Thank God.
April 6th, 1969
I did not know he was so close to my birthday.
in Passaic, New Jersey.
Okay.
His parents, Michael and Gloria, both from Jewish families, were born in the London area, UK. He has one sister who's 3 years younger than he is. Paul traveled with his family during his early years because of his father's airline job at TWA. His family eventually settled in Overland Park, Kansas, where his mother worked as a sales manager for TV station KSMO-TV.
Wow.
Paul attended Broadmoor Junior High and Shawnee Mission West High School, which he graduated in 1987 and where he was student body president.
Ooh.
He then enrolled in the University of Kansas in Lawrence, majoring in theater.
I can see it.
So on and so forth.
Theater kid, raised around TV and a pilot. I did not know, though, that his parents were both, I don't know if they were British, but they're
Yeah.
both raised in UK, so they're both British.
Yeah, they're both Brits.
And he doesn't have an accent. Crazy.
I wonder if he could do a good one, though.
You know he could. You know he could. All right, let's talk about Paulie Rude.
Pauly Rudd.
Pauly Shore.
His first
Different.
credit was called A Question of Ethics.
Oh, that sounds so deep.
That was in 1992. So how old was he, Andy? Math whiz?
Wait, when was he born?
He was born in 1969.
He would have been 16 years old.
Do you want to try that again?
He would have been 14 years old.
23.
He would have been 23. I didn't hear what you said, even though you told me.
First try.
I was just guessing. Look at us.
And then he did Clueless.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Banger.
Like out of nowhere, boom, Clueless.
Clueless.
I will say though, like I remembered him from Clueless after all these years, so like that's crazy. And he even had
Because
the
he looks the same.
Yes, Amanda's right. He looks exactly the same. But also, he has those Paul Rudd isms through like his entire career. So like even in Clueless, he's like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of snarky,
Yep.
sarcastic.
Yep.
I mean, he's not the main character of Clueless, obviously, but holy shit, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's so
I
good.
agree.
Can I make a confession really quick?
Yeah.
I had it filtered to only show me movies. So he actually did a show,
Well, I remember.
6 episodes of a show called Wild Oats before Clueless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still like really
That's
good.
pretty
Right?
good. I will say, even younger than that, he was in a Super Nintendo commercial.
Yes, he was.
Yes. He's literally like when the Super Nintendo was coming out, Paul Rudd is the one that comes in and he's like, yeah. And he's like playing the games like in front of this giant screen.
In like a suit and
Yeah,
tie.
dude, he looks so
Yeah.
cool. He looks so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway,
It's not in the credits here.
moving on. Commercials probably aren't.
Moving on.
Yes.
Next, he was in a show called Sisters.
Sister. Oh,
and
not
he was
that
in
one.
20 episodes of it. So it wasn't the full series.
Got it. So it was just one sister.
What?
Yep. It was the spinoff.
Just one sister. Okay.
Next, he did Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers.
He must have just had like a side role in that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't even remember him in it.
Yeah.
I know I've probably seen it once. I don't remember him in it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Fair. Okay.
His next movie is called The Size of Watermelons.
That sounds like an indie film to
It's
me.
about Gallagher.
Probably. And then he was in Romeo and Juliet.
Is he like one of
Oh.
DiCaprio's crew?
He's Dave Paris.
I don't even know what that means.
Dave Paris.
You keep saying
Dave
it. Still don't know.
Dave Paris. I
Wait.
don't know.
So wait,
Man, does
Leonardo
Googling.
plays Romeo, right? Wait, is this not the same Romeo and Juliet?
It is this. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is the Romeo and Juliet.
Dude, I wonder if he's like with his crew or if he's like
Probably.
a wussy with Juliet's crew. Right?
Amanda's chuckling.
Because they're all like,
I was
they
laughing
got
at
guns
what
and
Andy
Hawaiian
said.
shirts, and they're all like, "Wherefore art thou,
Yeah.
Romeo?"
I'll be honest, I don't think I've even seen this.
It's actually not bad.
I just remember it
not
being on
hating it.
MTV like a million times.
Yeah, people thought it was hip. It was for the hipsters.
After that, he did do one episode of The Clueless Show.
Oh shoot, I remember that.
I remember that.
I just hated they changed.
It ain't good.
The
They,
main actress,
yeah, they changed
Yeah.
her. Well, only just because.
Alicia Silverstone.
Thank you. Was not going to do TV. She
Yeah.
was too
But everyone
hot
else
of
did.
an actress to do that. I know. Yeah, that's fair.
Too good for that.
She was though. She was like top of her game, man. What year is this?
That was 96.
Yeah, see, because she's about to do Batman and Robin soon.
She was like, I'm taking off.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was taken off.
His next credit is The Last Night of Ballyhoo. It doesn't even have a picture, so
Well.
it's probably bad.
Well, it's okay.
The Locusts.
Sounds like a bunch of bugs.
Nope. Overnight Delivery.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, that's another movie?
Yeah.
Got it.
The Object of My Affection.
So not bangers, right? Or not renowned.
That
No.
one is a Jennifer Aniston movie.
We do like Jennifer Aniston, though.
You said
I
her
feel like
name
I've
so
probably-
We do like Jennifer
Yes.
Aniston.
I probably saw it.
No one says it like that.
We do
And
like Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
His next one was 12th Night or What You Will.
All of these sound like you're making up the second
It
half of
does.
it, where you said like, he did this movie called Hibbly Wibbly Hoo or something like that.
Yep, making it all up.
All right.
His next movie is 200 Cigarettes.
I do know that one.
I know that
I
one.
man.
I know that reference.
Man, I saw that such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like it's like a after high school, early college, like coming of age movie.
Yeah.
Like I want to say it's it always I mix it in my mind with like, do you remember like the Rules of Engagement or whatever? with like Seth Green. I think of it like that.
Oh yeah,
it's
I know
like
what you're talking about.
Isn't Rules of Engagement like an
20-year-olds.
action movie or a drama?
It's not Rules of Engagement. What is it?
I think Rules
It
of
had
Engagement
like
like a Steven Seagal movie or something like that. I
God,
don't
who
know.
is the?
you know what
I know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
it has the girl in it from.
Rules of Attraction.
Oh, there you go. Very different.
Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt, right?
I think
She in
so.
that? I
J.
think so.
Hugh.
But yeah, that I don't know. It was like that late 90s,
Yes.
20-year-olds
I know what you-
trying to figure out what the meaning of their life is.
See, but then like I know you're going to talk about this one, but Wet Hot American Summer is like it was all around that same type of thing with the camp counselors and stuff too. So okay,
Okay.
all right.
Then he was in the Cider House Rules.
I've never seen that one.
I saw this one when I was a wee child.
Is it mild? Is it not really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it
Toby
like-
Maguire, Michael Caine,
Ugh.
Charlize Theron.
drama.
Sounds like Oscar
I think
bait.
it's kind of based on a true story,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
His next movie was The Great Gatsby.
Which one was that? Because they
It's
redid
not
it
a-
again with DiCaprio later. So
Not a good one.
they've remade that.
Yeah.
so many
right, because
times.
there's like a 40s or 50s version or something like that. That was the more popular
Yeah.
one, or 30s, or I don't know.
Well, and I'm sure there's been like Lifetime,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
TV movies.
Well, and obviously his role wasn't crazy, but it's like just aristocrats, isn't it? Like that whole
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
rich people problems.
Yeah.
He does have a big role in it.
Okay.
He's like the main character outside of
Of
Gatsby.
Gatsby. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He was in an episode of Strangers with Candy,
Uh-huh.
an episode of a show called Deadline, and then his next movie was Gen Y Cops.
Missed that one. I'm sorry if you can hear. Oakley's just
I
whining
can.
the entire freaking time.
At first, I was like, "What am I hearing?" But then I heard Oakley, and I was like, "Oh, it's
Yeah, our dog is whining because he wants to go potty. You ruined the Paul Rudd episode, dude.
Do you even like Paul Rudd?
Oh my God. You guys talk about the next couple movies. Give me a second. Otherwise,
Wet
he's gonna
Hot
keep doing
American
it.
Summer.
Oh, go ahead. I already
banger, banger. It's a banger. So I saw that movie years ago, and it's just the right mix of like weird and stupid and funny. And I remember the first time I saw it, I wasn't quite sure what to think of it because it was so like campy and stupid that I was like, is this just a really bad movie or are they trying
Is
to
it
be
an
stupid?
intentional? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you kind of figure out that it's like intentionally stupid. And then it makes it even more fun.
I don't
So it's
I don't think I saw the original movie, but I saw when they did like the Netflix show.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of the original like actors came back for that. But yeah, I know the humor you're talking about, and I thought it was pretty funny. So
Mhm.
like maybe I should go back and watch the old one just for kicks. But yeah. We'll move on because it's just more random movies. The Chateau,
Great.
and then a movie called On the Edge with Andy McDowell.
Oh,
His next movie was Reaching Normal.
okay.
Next one is called Bash Latter Day Plays.
Oh,
Does that have anything to do with
One can
Mormons? I don't know.
I was going to say one can only hope.
I don't know. Stella Shorts.
Okay.
The Shape of Things.
All right.
2 Days.
What year is this?
We are in 2003.
Wow. See, I feel like he had a career, but I guess like not one that was
not
doing
yet.
movies that I was watching.
Yeah. House Hunting.
Okay.
And then he was in 16 episodes of Friends.
Oh, okay. I never watched Friends. Like enough to like know, but wasn't he Phoebe's boyfriend
so
or something?
he ends up marrying Phoebe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so-
okay, that's cute.
This is like I didn't go back and watch Friends until I was much older. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it while it was like actually playing. So it was really cool to go back and watch episodes and be like, "Oh my god, it's Paul Rudd." And he's like a
Mhm.
recurring role. It's not just like a lot of actors on Friends. There's tons of famous people on Friends that just have like
Yeah, for
one
like
episode
an episode.
or just like
Yeah.
a cameo. But like he has a recurring role and he's awesome in it. And like he matches Phoebe so well because Phoebe's just so kooky and he's just like
Yeah.
equally like, I get you. And so yeah, it's fantastic to watch him.
Nice.
I would like Andy to come back so that he can comment.
All right.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Job's a joke, you're broke. Your love life's DOA. It's like we're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month.
Okay,
or even
so
your year. Oh,
I
he's
could
here.
I could overhear you guys as Oak was taking the longest piss known to man outside. Okay, so Paul Rudd did nothing
Yeah.
until 2003. So he hit up Clueless, and then he was in Friends for 16 episodes.
Yes.
Right. I remember him obviously clearly from Friends and Clueless. I don't remember any of that other work that he did in between
Yeah.
either of those. But his character was great in Friends. But normally Paul Rudd's a little bit more comedic and he was more straight-laced in that role.
Well, because in that role,
Yeah.
he was the rich guy
Right.
who was dating this really bizarre girl who was just like, I get you, right?
Right,
Like I said,
right.
like,
I just remember the episode
But
where him
yes.
and Ross like are trying to be friends and hang out and like he's having a
God.
conversation and they like cannot get on the same page. He's like, you want
Or-
to order pizza?
or like the episode where she decides she wants to change her name since she's already changing it because they're getting married and she wants to change it to Princess Consuelo Banana Hammock. And he's like, fine, I'm changing my name to Crap Bag.
Crap bag. That's awesome. What year are we on though?
2002 to 2004 was his.
Oh, his
Friends
run.
run.
Okay.
And then he did Anchorman in 2004.
Which I didn't
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
even know it was him because of the mustache and
Yeah.
the longer hair and stuff for a while.
Brian
Yeah.
Fantana.
Brian Fantana.
No, see, okay, so I knew that it was Paul Rudd because I watched Clueless. I at the time it wasn't like, oh, Paul Rudd, American actor. It was like, oh, it's the guy from Clueless.
Yeah,
like,
and I remember that too, Amanda. But I was also like, he's kind of funny. Like I like him.
he's kind of.
I named both my testicles, Kenneth Noisewater, and I forget the other name. I don't remember.
Dude, Chris can do that whole thing
That's-
where each character is getting
Yeah.
introduced.
Right?
He can do all
I
of
love it. I don't know. That movie's still a classic. I think every single one of those characters as the four like guys
They were
in the
cast so
Anchorman,
well.
it was so good,
Oh
dude.
my
Yeah.
god.
Whammy. Yep.
Oh yeah, that guy. What
David Koechner.
Koechner
Yeah.
or
And
whatever,
nobody really
he is
knew him
so
much either.
Funny.
Yeah.
During that, I think arguably
That's the
the
one-
two big ones were Steve Carell and Will Ferrell, but even Steve Carell wasn't well
Even
known.
Steve Carell wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Will Ferrell made all three of those guys famous. Then had to have.
They
Oh,
made
this
themselves
that
famous. Shut your
movie-
mouth.
Yeah.
That movie like blew a ton of careers out, like skyrocketed.
Didn't we, when we did the Will Ferrell episode, didn't we find out that it didn't do great in the box office, or we did a box office throwback or something?
Of 2004. I think you're right.
Yes,
'cause
and we
talked about
found
it.
out that Anchorman didn't do well.
We talked about it not
Yeah.
getting any real street cred until it was out.
That's crazy. That's crazy town.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Paul Rudd, for Brian Fantana.
Thank you for that. His,
Wait, is that when he does Sex Panther?
from Odeon.
50% of the time, every time.
His next movie is called P.S.,
That sounds
which
like
I
a drama.
recognize. It's got Laura Linney on the cover, and it looks like a terrible, boring drama.
Sad. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Paul.
He was in Wake Up, Ron Burgundy, of course, recurring. And then his next movie was called Tennis Anyone?
Again, that sounds like an indie film. I don't know.
After that, he did a movie called The Baxter.
Never saw that one.
I remember trying to watch this when I was at Blockbuster. I think it's very like, if I recall correctly, I don't know. It was just bad.
Okay.
I don't think I finished it. Excuse my coughing. He's an episode of The Daily Show, and then is
Oh.
an episode of a show called Stella.
No.
And then he did 40-Year-Old Virgin.
See, and that
What are
those two? Yeah.
in my memory bank, those two came out like boom boom.
And
2004,
Were they close?
2005.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. But you're
No,
not.
I mean,
you're not
honestly-
wrong.
Paul Rudd being in two of arguably the bigger comedies of each of those years,
Yeah.
being a decent side character in both of those movies was humongous for his career.
Absolutely.
He was just like the best friend of Steve Carell's character in that one, right? Because he was like
Yeah.
having marriage problems at 40 or whatever, and he was trying to help him with his love life. Meanwhile, him and Leslie Mann are like fighting all the time. That's why they go have shrooms at Circus du Oh no, wait, no, that's Seth Rogen and him. Is that a different movie? Have I eliminated Paul
Are you
Rudd from this
thinking
whole
of-
thing? 40-year-old
Are you
virgin?
thinking of This Is 40?
Maybe, yes, maybe I'm thinking about This Is 40.
Yeah, because I'm like, him and Leslie Mann are in both movies together.
They're in
Not as a couple. Leslie Mann, I think, is the love interest in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
no.
Or isn't? I thought she was one of the.
I think they're together.
Isn't she the girl? Isn't she the girl that like barfs in his lap or something?
I don't remember now.
Are
I
you
don't,
thinking of Knocked Up?
I don't know now. I don't know
Probably.
anymore. They all have the same feel back then. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to confuse myself and anyone else that can't follow
We
me,
haven't
'cause I
watched
can't
this
follow
long
myself.
enough.
So, regardless, yes, his character was popular enough within those two movies to really propel him.
Yes.
Yes.
His next movie is
Yeah.
called The O in Ohio, which I think is about a woman who's never orgasmed.
That sounds like a Paul Rudd film.
He was in an episode of Cheap Seats without Ron Parker. Don't know. And his next movie was called Diggers.
Okay.
Nope.
Love that. For him.
Just like
An episode of Robot Chicken, and then he did the movie The X. Do you remember that one?
Who's in the X?
Zach Braff, Jason Bateman,
Yes, I do.
Amanda Peet. I want to say.
So is he? He's not a big character then in that one because Zach
yeah,
Braff
he's not
and
one of the main.
Jason Bateman are the two.
I was gonna say, like, I barely even remember that movie, let alone him being in
Yeah.
it.
He must have just
I
done
feel-
a
I
quick
wanna say-
cameo or.
I want to say that was a Blockbuster exclusive.
It may have been.
Yes. What
It
year are
wasn't
we
great.
on now?
2006.
Oh dang, man! So we've only been going from 2004 to 2006 this entire time
Yeah.
with this many films. He was just like, what was he? Nicolas Cage in them? Just freaking
Yeah,
bam, bam, bam,
apparently.
bam, bam. Okay.
Next, he did Night at the Museum.
well, I mean,
Ooh, what was
I love Night at
What
the
was
Museum.
he-
He's the stepdad.
the stepdad? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's a very small character, but I mean, honestly, Paul Rudd, like, he's not often the leading man. Now he's more of the leading
Right,
man, but like
you're
for
right.
a long time, he was always the side character, so he could probably take on all these roles because he only needed to be there for a couple of
That's
days.
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Just a couple shoots.
Yeah. His next one was called The 10. Andy loves
Oh
that
my
one.
god, the 10 Commandments one where they're like doing a bunch of skits around them.
As a goof.
As a goof, guy, but you left the scissors in me. I know. As a goof. It's so dumb.
That guy's-
Amanda's not laughing at all.
It wasn't a good movie.
It
Let's
wasn't
be honest.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of just like shorts, basically.
It was.
put
And
together.
I remember what Paul.
Sounds like movie 43.
Yes, it's very much like that. I don't remember what
Dumb.
Paul Rudd's scene was in that one though, but not important.
Nope. His next movie was Reno 911 Miami.
I never saw that.
I mean,
Is it good?
It's no, but
Oh.
it's amazing.
It's like guilty pleasure or like
Yes.
because
Oh,
Reno 911
I
was so
unabashedly
over the top all the time. The TV
I
show. So.
love Reno 911. That is a show I rewatch all the time. And whenever whenever Lincoln puts on his rain boots, I'm always like, new boot goofing. Like, it's the best. I love that show.
Awesome.
The movie obviously like doesn't have the same vibe
Yeah.
as the show, but the movie's stupid. Like, there are
is
some funny
Paul Rudd like a
spots in it.
criminal in that one? I'm assuming.
Okay, in the movie, I want to say he's like a
Ethan the
Scarface
drug
kind of
lord.
character.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, he's like a Scarface, but
Okay.
he played a different role in the show.
Oh.
He was in the show
Oh, okay.
too.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Interesting.
later.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Rude.
Hey, I don't know.
No, not you. Her.
So after that, he did Knocked Up.
Hey, isn't that the one where
okay.
they go do shrooms?
I think he's Seth Rogen's
See-
friend in this one.
Yes, I think so. I think so. Don't they all work at the
I've-
electronics store, or is that 40-year-old virgin?
That's 40-year-old virgin. I've only I've only seen Knocked Up, I think, once.
Okay. So it's where
I
he
don't-
knocks this girl up.
Yeah, no. I know the story.
But
I know how
but
that all
Knocked Up
works.
is what made Seth Rogen popular. So
Yes, I will say that.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I remember Paul Rudd being in it as like
I think at this-
either the friend or the group.
I
of
think
dudes.
at this point you're like, oh, the same people
Yeah.
together again.
Yeah.
This is starting
Yes.
to feel familiar.
Yep. Just
Yes.
wait. Danny McBride's coming.
After that, he was in a show called Reno 911
Oh,
for like
weird.
5 episodes.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know, Amanda. Have you seen that
So-
show?
I've maybe once. So he plays like this guy. He's like a birthing coach,
Okay. Like a doula?
kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's good then. Then he was in an
I mean-
episode of Veronica Mars.
I mean, I love Veronica Mars.
Didn't they,
I don't
like,
remember.
Push to get a movie made? Like they had like a petition
They
and everything?
They've had a couple things
Yeah.
made. It's
Yeah.
the original like couple seasons is the best.
Yeah, okay.
Who does he play?
What's her name as well?
Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. Thank you.
Yeah. I think I've seen like maybe a season of Veronica Mars.
What is she? Like a detective or
interesting.
something?
Yeah. So like
Okay.
her,
She- yeah, she-
dad owns a detective agency.
Okay.
And so she kind of does things. She kind of helps. She kind of works with him, right? But originally,
Yeah,
like
so her
not really
dad-
supposed to.
Yeah, her dad is like a retired like police captain or something
Okay.
like that, who like resigned in disgrace and opened his own private detective agency.
Got it.
And then she is like his secretary, but like she kind of helps him.
Okay.
And then she solves crimes at the high school,
Yes.
and then goes on to
love
college
it.
and solves crimes there.
It's like Brick, but less dramatic.
Not so dark. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
dark. The show's got some darkness.
Okay.
Next movie was I Could Never Be Your Woman.
With Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. I
Oh,
remember this.
man.
I think it's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly, she's like older
Yeah,
than
like a-
him, and
yeah.
she's like, I'm way too old to be in a relationship with you. But
It's a
then they kind
it's a
of keep falling into it.
rom-com. It's a
Yeah.
rom-com. It's not like slapstick funny or anything like that, like some of the other like vulgar ones he
it's
did.
an old lady rom com.
It is. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer, it's absolutely beautiful, but it's like, yeah, she was like, I'm not humoring you. You're too young for me. And then the rest is
Yeah.
history. Yeah.
The rest is history. Next, he did Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Dude, everybody loved that
Dude.
movie. I couldn't get into it. Did you like that one, Amanda?
I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
I mean, I like John C.
Well, because-
Reilly. I just couldn't get into that one. I don't know why.
Well, okay, so it's the spoof of Walk the Line.
Right, right.
And so that I thought was funny. But then, it had all these actors and stuff, but it had like Jack White in it. And like, I loved, like, I mean, just John C. Reilly is so fucking funny. And then the whole like, no, Dewey, get out of here. We're smoking marijuana. Well, what is it? It makes everything really cool and really chill. And I don't want to get addicted. It's not habit forming. And then
I
he's like,
remember
I
that.
think I want to try it. Like,
I remember that
it's
scene.
so stupid. If I remember correctly, Paul Rudd plays one of the Beatles.
He's John Lennon.
Oh shit! Yes,
Boom.
I do remember that. Okay,
and I think Jack Black is one of the Beatles too.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Next, he was in an episode of the Naked Trucker and T-Bone Show.
Oh, I missed it.
And then his
I don't
next
know that
movie
one.
was Over Her Dead Body.
What is that one?
That's with Lake Bell and Eva Longoria. And
Is
I
it-
think like Eva Longoria is like his old girlfriend who passed away, and she's like haunting their
Oh.
relationship basically.
Ah,
Yeah, I
okay.
never saw that.
Isn't that very much like Ghosts of Girlfriends Past or whatever with Matthew McConaughey? It's like kind of the same.
That's more of a like Christmas Carol type situation.
Okay, never mind. I think I do remember that one with Paul Rudd.
I feel
but,
like we watched it together.
but it's like passable.
it was like right after we started dating.
Yeah. Okay.
His next movie was Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, dude, so good.
I love that movie.
So good. Also, but
Who does he?
Jason Segel was like in his prime at that point
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
He is in that one.
he's like the surf instructor or something.
Yeah. I,
that who he is?
I think
Yeah.
he's like hitting on Kristen Bell's character as well. Because isn't that the issue? Is like Jason Segel the entire time, everybody is hitting on Sarah Marshall, no matter who it is, and that's where what's his name?
Russell Brand.
Yes, that's where he got popular, was from that movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also has Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Next, he was in an episode of Little Britain USA,
Oh no.
and then he did Role Models.
Oh, dude, such a
Oh.
good one.
So good.
I will say, Sean, what's his name? What's his last name?
William Scott.
Sean William Scott. He was like, his career was winding down at the end of that
Yeah.
one, right? Because it was the whole American Pie thing and all that stuff,
Well, he was like, he wasn't Stifler anymore.
right? But
Like-
still relevant. But like I said, more towards the end, or at least like he had already peaked, where Paul Rudd was going kind of the other direction. But they were both really good together,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And didn't they have to just do community service or something like that? Because they both
Yeah.
didn't they both work for like an energy drink thing and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
begin-
like a Red Bull
Yeah,
type
that's
company.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you're right in
They
that
had-
Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
He was like at the point where he's not the super immature college kid anymore.
Sure.
He's like more of an adult, but still has that like reputation. So in
Yeah.
this movie, he's like
Yeah.
borderline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. The LARPing scene in Role Models is freaking so good. Say whispering eye. Say whispering eye.
Dude, we
That-
still quote that like
that-
regularly.
Yes. It's so
It is
good.
so good. Yeah, because Sean William Scott gets stuck with the little kid, and Paul Rudd
Yes.
gets stuck with the teenager that LARPs, who's McLovin,
McLovin.
right? Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Next, he was in an episode of a show called Waity Days.
Like with a W?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then he was a voice in Monsters vs. Aliens.
Oh, who'd he voice?
I love that movie.
Derek.
Okay,
Deedle?
so-
I don't know.
So Reese Witherspoon's character, the giant woman lady,
Oh, right.
in the beginning of the movie, she's getting married, and it's her fiance.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it. So he's regular dude?
You normal.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Not a
Not a
monster,
monster.
or an alien.
Not a monster.
Okay. Got it.
After that, he did I Love You, Man.
Oh, so good. Same
Slap
thing.
at the
Oh.
bass, man.
I-
Slap at the bass.
I might know him from that role more than any other in a comedy. That might be like, I think I watched it
This is probably the
over and
most
over and over again.
Rewatchable.
Yes. Yes.
You guys have watched. I know you guys used to quote that one all the time, and I know you guys have seen that one a lot because I don't think I've ever put it in, but I remember like so many times we were all together and we would end up watching
Oh,
it.
dude, so good. Like he has no friends. All he does, I think,
See ya,
is
Jobin.
Leslie Mann in that one too. Is Leslie Mann his wife again or
No,
no?
Rashida Jones.
Oh, Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
And she was like, you have to go out and meet people. You have. So it's basically like a dating, like for a best friend, the entire film.
Yeah.
And then he meets Jason Segel, who's like super chill about everything. And you remember he like steals his money and puts him on the billboards to like help him with his job and stuff. But oh my God. Yeah. He's just like, he's not with it and like totally like fish out of water for a lot of stuff. But that's where the jokes happened.
But I think so many people can relate
Slap
to
at
this
a
movie
bass.
where you're just like,
Yeah.
I have no friends. I don't know how to. How do you have a conversation as an adult? I don't know.
Yeah.
And you just start
Yeah.
saying stupid stuff.
He's like, what does he call him?
Oh, you mean what is Jason Segel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but he has a nickname for him. And he's like, all right,
Yeah.
see you later, Jobin. And he's like, did you just call me Jobin? And he's like, yeah, awkward. And then walks away.
I forget what his name.
And there's like that whole scene where they love Rush and they're just like uncomfortably, like Rashida Jones goes with them, but they're just like almost making out with each other over the Rush concert. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's such a good one. I think I did. I watched that one the most. I will say, I don't think Jason Segel after that did a whole lot.
No, I think he after How I Met Your Mother, he kind of took some time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he did
In
in
the Muppets.
Oh, that's right.
It was probably the latest thing he
Muppets.
He
Yeah.
He did a show with Harrison Ford
Oh, really?
recently.
Oh, like a TV show?
Yeah, for like
Oh,
like
okay.
Apple TV or
Oh,
something.
okay, okay.
But I think that's like it.
Yeah.
Like,
he
he's
doesn't
not-
do much.
I will say though, Paul.
I mean,
don't even think
he
Paul
doesn't
Rudd
really
is-
need to.
That's fair.
in this. I think he's like, he's in his prime.
Yeah.
Like, or even it's still sparking. But I remember like those comedies for what, like 3 or 4 years, all felt kind of the same. It's the same vibe.
Well, they weren't
the
like-
same like.
Yeah, very similar style.
Right.
Like they weren't huge box office hits, but they were just like DVD rental hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think Role Models and I Love You Man are kind of the point where Paul Rudd gets to start being the main guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can
But
see
he's
that.
always it's always a buddy thing. He's always playing off of someone else.
He needs to.
Yeah.
He needs
Yeah,
to.
but I think that's like the improv, right? Like he needs
Yeah.
to have somebody else where he can just kind of like. Andy's on his phone and I get very distracted.
No, sorry.
Bounce
I'm
off.
looking up Role Models because I want to know who directed it.
Oh, okay.
David Wayne, but I don't know him. So, but yeah, you're right.
You'd recognize him if you saw a picture. of him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next he was in Sesame Street Being Green.
Oh,
Missed
there we
it.
go.
And then he was in Year One.
Oh God, him and
It
Michael
was so
Cera.
bad. No, it was Jack Black and Michael Cera.
Oh,
Jack
so
Black.
he just must be like a random. Oh wait, doesn't he play Noah or
he plays
something? or-
Abel.
Oh, Abel. That's what it is. Yes, that's right. So stupid, dude. Jack Black. I don't know how he got away with doing some of the dumbest movies. Even like a lot of people like they didn't like Nacho Libre. And they didn't like
love
Year
that.
One.
I love that
and
movie.
I like it too, but I remember Ash is like, nope, not my jam.
Bad. It's really bad.
Okay, Nacho Libre is the same ballpark as like
Napoleon Dynamite. Yep.
and
It's the same
not Hot Rod,
director,
but
isn't it?
There was another one. I don't
I think
know.
Nacho Libre
think
was
it
the
is.
same
Dude.
director, but yeah.
I'm
believe in
sorry. The whole
science.
like, get that cone out of my face is something I say all the time.
Get that going out of my face.
We're not talking
And then-
about
and
Nacho
then-
Libre,
I'm
guys.
sorry. I will say.
And then is very good. Like, I can't.
The
It's so
point
good.
is, Year One is a terrible movie.
Yeah, I will not give
Don't
Paul
watch
Rudd
it.
cred for that one. Sorry,
Nope.
man.
Next, he was himself in an episode of Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great
Oh.
job. And then he did Dinner for Schmucks.
Ooh, I thought that one was a big
Oh.
miss, but that was just me. Some people thought it was really funny. It was Steve Carell, and he made little miniatures with mice, right? Like that was
Yeah.
his thing. And the whole deal is that you bring somebody to dinner who you think is an
right.
absolute moron, and the whole thing
Yeah.
is very like
But
mean.
then he ends up like being
Yeah.
friends with him and then
Correct.
feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mean.
It's in the same vein as like Shallow Hal, like in how like he's an asshole and realizes he's an asshole, and
Yeah.
then like it's literally the same.
And then
yeah.
you're supposed to like be happy that he
Yep.
feels bad now.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I don't.
No, that one didn't land. Like the jokes weren't really funny, and I remember him and Steve Carell, even though they're like they've done good stuff together before. I don't know, that one was it was a miss for me. Some people might
Yeah.
love it, but tis not I.
His next movie was How Do You Know?
I don't know that one.
I don't.
I don't.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
either. And then he did Our Idiot Brother.
You watched that? I never did.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. I would think it was also a Blockbuster, right? Or were we gone by then?
We were gone by then.
So it was Netflix. You watched
I
it on
don't
Netflix.
think I watched that.
You were a big Paul Rudd fan back then, so I think that's why you watched it.
I don't think I watched a movie called Our Idiot Brother.
Yeah, he's like sitting on the couch with him, and he's like being all goofy on the front cover, right? He's like, and he's got long hair.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
I'll give you that he has long hair.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know the front cover of that movie, but I always thought he was like being goofy, and it's like him and his sisters or something.
Yeah,
so.
maybe you watched it.
If I did, I only watched half of it because I remember it not being good.
Okay, his next movie was Wanderlust.
Oh my god, that movie in general, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, right? Because it's kind of crass on a couple levels.
But Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston, dude, his mirror scene is I mean, it stands out. But even the guy who plays like the cult leader.
Dude, we talked about this on the Jennifer Aniston episode.
What's his name? Justin. I don't know.
Justin
But
Thoreau.
he's so
I wanted
fantastic.
to say Trudeau, and I'm like,
He's
it's
so
not
fantastic,
Trudeau.
and he's fantastic as the wizard in the Danny McBride movie as well.
Your Highness.
Your Highness. Oh, it was so good. But Paul Rudd's character, again, the straight-laced guy who's trying to like bring the romance back in his relationship. But that mirror scene where he's trying to like amp himself up, even he laughed at his own self, like doing that whole thing.
Aren't there like like
Oh my God,
bloopers
it's so good.
where he's
With
just like
my
going
dick,
and going and going?
I'm gonna put it in you. I'm gonna put it in your vag. I'm fixing to fuck you. So bad.
That's so
It's so good.
Out of context, it all sounds so bizarre.
I hate it.
I want to show you my erection selection.
God.
Dude, he's so good. And he's just like trying to amp himself up and he can't. So funny.
After that, he did The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Super indie, right? On
It
that
is.
one?
I think
Yeah.
it's a book.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
he plays like a teacher
Okay.
or something.
I think so.
It's a good movie for what it's worth, but
Okay.
it's definitely like a drama, like a teenage drama.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did This Is 40.
Oh, yeah. See, so him and Leslie Mann just trying to figure it out. Yeah.
This Is 40 is legitimately one of those where the closer you are to 40, the
You
more you're
relate.
like, yes.
You relate so
Yes.
much. Yeah.
Because basically, like, he's having a midlife crisis, right?
Yep.
And, like, his marriage is falling apart and his children are becoming, like, stubborn and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
he's losing his job and
Yes, you're right.
All
Because
of
he's
this
like, isn't he
stuff.
like a record? Like they run a record store or he runs a
or
record
he's a
label.
producer or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And he just can't get gigs anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's really relatable.
Yeah,
and
I will
funny.
say when you're like younger though, like 18 to 20, like you wouldn't find the situational humor as well.
Not
but
at all.
yes, you're right. As you get older, you're like, yep.
His next movie, I'm assuming you haven't seen This Is 40, Amanda.
I have.
Oh,
Okay. And that one is the
I-
sequel to 40-year-old virgin, the other one.
It's like a in some Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah.
They are a couple, and then they get their. It's like a semi spin-off.
Yes, right.
I saw it. I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'll just have to watch it again.
Maybe it was knocked up.
I thought it was fine. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was fine.
One thing about it is that, so if anyone who doesn't know, Leslie Mann is Judd Apatow's wife, and then
Yes.
their daughters in the movie are played by Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann's daughters.
Right.
So like the relationship between Leslie Mann and the girls, you can tell is very real,
Yeah.
which kind of like adds to the movie a little bit.
they're so different
Very
when you
much.
look at them. It's a sequel to Knocked Up.
Knocked Up, yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
Or not. I mean, you know what I mean though. Like a spin off. Yes.
Yeah. His next movie is called Prince Avalanche.
Missed it.
And then Admission with Tina Fey.
Oh,
I didn't see that one, but I feel like you saw that one.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Because I like Tina Fey, but I remember it was just kind of like, this is a by the numbers, like rom com. Like,
Oh, okay, got it.
really.
So he's
standard.
the love interest with her, because it's her
Yeah.
movie, not his, right? Like she's the main character.
She's the main character.
Okay. Admission.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in 3 episodes of a show called Burning Love. And then his next movie was All Is Bright.
All is Bright. What's that one about?
While out on parole, Dennis reluctantly takes a job selling Christmas trees with his old buddy Renee in order to make enough money to buy his estranged daughter the piano she always wanted.
Why does this sound like a Netflix movie?
It's Paul Giamatti.
Oh, dude, I love Paul Giamatti.
Ah.
Paul Giamatti money.
I feel like I've
Ben had
seen
Paul
this,
Giamatti.
but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it probably was like, like where you're like, that was cute, and then you turn it off and you never watch it again.
Probably.
Maybe.
After that, he did This Is the End.
Oh, that's right. The apocalypse
Oh.
movie with all the.
Yeah.
But now like
Stupid.
Jonah Hill's in the mix and
Danny McBride.
yeah, Danny
But
McBride
Jonah Hill was
Michael
in
Cera.
and Michael
Knocked
Cera
Up.
and oh my god, what's his name?
Jay Baruchel.
No, well, yes.
Dare
No, who like
Craig Robinson.
Seth
James
Rogen, James Franco, right?
James
James
Franco.
Yeah, and is Seth Rogen in that one or not?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Just a bunch of stoners trying to get through the apocalypse, right? That's literally what the movie
Yeah,
is.
basically.
It had some moments.
Yeah, it had moments.
It's funny once.
I don't remember
Yeah.
what Paul Rudd's character was in it though. He wasn't part of their
I
group.
don't either.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Probably a pizza guy or something that shows up at the door.
No, he plays Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay.
I think they all play themselves.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, wait, is this where they're like, why you guys got pink eye? It's like, we were just farting on each other's pillows. That'd be funny. It's fucked up.
I think that was knocked up.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't know anymore.
Oh my god.
Amanda's
Let's move on.
search
Moving
history,
on.
pink eye.
Anchorman
Okay.
2. Moving on.
Oh, sad. Well, I do know we've talked about this before in
It's just
our
bad.
Will Ferrell.
They tried to do the same formula. It didn't work.
It does not land as well. You're right.
Ain't never seen it. Probably never will.
Oh,
Don't waste
sad.
your time.
Yeah.
I was so excited for it to come out, even though it was like almost 10 years later.
It was too late. They
It was
did
awful.
They did it with Dumb and Dumber as well.
Yep.
And they it was bad.
Yep.
He was in 2 episodes of a show called Hudson Valley Ballers.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay.
An episode of Above Average Presents. 2 episodes of The
Okay.
Greatest Event in Television History. And then a movie called They Came Together
Okay.
Okay.
Got
with
it.
Amy Poehler.
I mean, that sounds like
Okay.
it could be good, but just because wasn't Amy Poehler starting the whole Parks and Rec thing? then?
Starting, this was 2014.
Oh, okay. So it had been going for a little bit. I don't actually
Yeah,
remember when it
I think
started.
so.
2012? Is that when Parks and Rec started? Because didn't Office start in like
Somewhere around there.
2008 or 9 or something like that? Okay.
Look, sounds boring. He was in a show called Trip Tank.
Oh, so good.
Okay.
5 episodes of Parks and Rec.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Parks and Rec was
Bobby
2009
Newport.
to 2015.
Oh,
was-
okay. I mean, that's a 6-year run. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dang.
He was Bobby Newport. He did an episode of Moon Boy,
Okay.
and then he did a voice in The Little Prince.
Okay. There's some like,
Le Petit Prince.
you know, like when you're like, what were the highlights of your career? I feel like he has a lot that weren't. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of like little.
But then he
Small
was
roles.
Ant-Man.
So right after.
I was gonna
that,
say. I feel
yeah.
like we're about to go up.
Yep.
I think we've talked about this movie before,
Yeah.
but if we haven't, I love Ant-Man.
Yep.
I think it's
I
great.
do too.
That's
The
what I
best
have to
one
say
out of the
about it.
series, though, would you say? Out of all the Ant-Mans, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Michael Pena like makes that movie
Dude, Michael
so
Pena.
good,
Ugh.
and the fact that they snubbed him
Honestly,
in the third
the-
one pisses me off.
The second one is also very
Yeah,
good.
the second one
I
is good.
really like the
but
second
Paul
one.
Rudd's character again, like
The first one's the best.
I don't know because he's a not a cat burglar, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a cat burglar. Mm-hmm.
But just like the ragtag crew, he's kind of straight laced, but not like. And really, the whole story
Yeah.
is just about wanting to see his daughter, and like it's just. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
good one, and
I
I
feel like-
remember enjoying it.
Ant-Man just brought like a different brand of humor to the MCU.
Yeah, that's true.
Like everything felt like it was very kind of similar in feel, and then Ant-Man was like, "This is funny."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
it was like a
didn't
comedy
have-
superhero movie versus
Yeah.
superhero movie with some
Yeah,
comedy.
And then later on,
Yeah.
when they like integrate Ant-Man into the Avengers, it's like
yes,
it just feels good.
yeah, it was
like,
good. I agree. I was agree. And now everyone knows Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Yeah.
That's literally like his
Yep.
calling card.
Then he was in 8 episodes of Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp.
Oh, see, I think I tried to
Funny.
watch. Did you like it? The remake or whatever,
It was fine.
Yeah, I think I
mean,
remember trying to
it's
watch
fine.
it and I was like, okay.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
His next movie, The Fundamentals of Caring.
I don't know them.
Character's name is Ben Benjamin.
Okay.
Looks like a drama. Sausage Party.
Oh, it was just a voice, right?
I never watched that.
I think I remember seeing it. It has some funny moments in it. Seth Rogen, if I'm not mistaken, directed it, I think.
he's a voice in it. I know
yeah.
that.
But
He did not direct it.
oh, he didn't? Okay. Then I don't know. but it's
It
literally
looks stupid. Never cared to see it. Never seen it. Don't care.
just the wieners are trying to get to the buns. That's all it is.
It's just
Dumb.
next he was in Captain America Civil War as Ant-Man.
Dude, so good.
Giant man.
Anybody have any orange slices? Out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense.
His next movie was called Nerdland.
Ooh, missed it.
It's like animated, like terrible animation.
No, okay.
No idea.
Nerdland.
He was in some random episode of Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
And then his next movie was called Fun Mom Dinner.
Fun Mom Dinner. There might be some.
A fun mom dinner is one where I don't have my kids.
It's like, I feel like it's like Bad Moms. like all those
okay.
movies where like the moms
Yeah.
are like, we never get out anymore. And then they want to all go out together and they go crazy.
And they go wild.
It's
Yeah.
so wild.
Quite a few Paul Rudd movies that I would just like sit down and watch, I think. When I'm like, if I have like a staycation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pop in a Paul Rudd one you haven't seen. All right.
Next he did another What Hot American Summer 10 years called 10 Years Later.
Okay.
He did 6 episodes. I didn't know they made a second one.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched it, but then part of me is like confusing one with
Yeah,
the
I was
other.
gonna say maybe that's the one I saw that I wasn't into. Was that
Maybe.
one?
I
Yeah.
think I want to say I've seen
I
it.
literally think I saw the trailer on Netflix and it was like Paul Rudd and I was like, oh, I need to watch that. And I watched it and I was like, oh, all right, it's not really. I don't know. That was exactly my feeling.
I'll
My
have to check it
expectations
out.
were higher.
His next movie is called The Catcher Was a Spy.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's about a former Major League Baseball player, Mo Berg, who goes undercover in World War II Europe for the Office of Strategic Services.
God, I mean, yeah, drama.
Yeah.
I'm literally yawning. Come on, Paul Rudd, give me
Legitimately,
some
The
good
Catcher
stuff.
Was a Spy.
Give me some good stuff.
His next movie is called Ideal Home.
Nope.
It's about a bickering gay couple.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope. His next movie was called Mute. Looks like a Netflix.
Oh, see, what year are we in?
2018.
Oh, so we're getting into the Netflix.
A mute
territory.
bartender goes up against his city's gangsters in an effort to find out what happened to his missing partner.
How did we not
Interesting.
know any of these existed? Like,
Because all we cared about was Ant-Man.
well, all we cared about was any Marvel movie back then. Like, it took 10 years of
Yeah.
everybody's life, and that's all they
Yeah.
watched.
so then Ant-Man and the Wasp came out.
Okay,
2018.
which 100% saw.
Baba Yaga.
This is the one where the Wasp goes into the what is the realm where they're like super tiny, right?
No, Quantumania is the third one.
So what's Ant-Man and the Wasp? What happened in that one?
It's the ghost girl.
Ant-Man and the-
You remember her?
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yep.
Right, Amanda? It's like, whatever. Is her name the Ghost
Yes.
or something like that? Where she can
I
like
think so.
Ghost.
Ghost,
oh,
yeah.
Ghost. And she can phase in and out of reality.
That's
But
right.
then he teams up with Wasp. More.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And then Avengers Endgame.
I don't
Banger.
know if I saw that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll move on then. And then Between Two Ferns, the movie.
Oh my God,
Look at
dude!
us.
So did we watch that recently?
I think we did.
Oh my God, dude! It's so good. It's bad.
It's yes. Yes. Or the other way around. It's so bad it's good.
No, it's so good. It's bad.
It's so good.
Have you seen it, Amanda?
It's terrible.
No, I have a hard time with Between Two Ferns because I can't handle being embarrassed for other people.
Oh, dude.
And
It's so-
Zach Galifianakis in that role makes me want to cover my head and die.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
exactly
I-
how you feel.
It's very
watching
much,
this movie.
It's very
Yeah.
much like that.
I can't watch it.
Then he was in 8 episodes of Living with Yourself.
Okay. Did you watch that?
I think I tried
Are
to.
we in pandemic territory yet?
2019.
Oh, not yet. It's close.
So just about.
Just about. Yep.
Yeah, I tried to watch this.
Yep.
It's kind of like a multiplicity kind of situation.
Okay. I will say, not to bring the room down or anything, but I was doing photography at the time when this happened, and one of my employees was like, yeah, China has this weird virus thing going on, and like I think it's going to come over here, and I'm really worried. And I was like, there's no way, like that never happens. I remember literally having that conversation with her, And I was like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not a big deal. She's like, I literally will pull my daughter out of school. Like, I don't want to. And I remember that photographer quit right before the pandemic, like when they heard the reports, and she was right. And then all of a sudden the world shut down. And I was like, whoa. And like, I still think back to that. And I was like,
So it has nothing to do
She's
with
the
this
Oracle.
show.
yeah, she was the fucking oracle.
Not at all.
No. That I said I didn't want to bring the room down. I just wanted to tell you about the pandemic.
Okay. So then he did 2 episodes of Conan,
Okay.
and he was in 2 episodes of SNL.
Okay.
Honestly, whenever I don't know, but just a sidebar, whenever he would show up on Conan, it was always hilarious
Oh.
because he would come to talk
Mac
about his
and
new
me.
movie, and it would always be a clip of Mac and Me, and you can tell, like, Conan O'Brien, he's like, you do this every time, and Paul Rudd's like, no, I swear to God, it's not, it's real, and then they start playing it, and Conan O'Brien would just be like, I'm done.
Do you know? Have you seen that?
No, I have
so,
no idea what you're
so
talking about.
Paul Rudd will go on the show and he does a promo for whatever movie he's going to do. And he's like, and I brought a clip. And he always brings a clip of this terrible movie from the 80s called Mac and Me, where it's like this little alien and this like wheelchair bound kid or something like that who are best friends.
And he, like, falls off a
Yeah,
cliff.
there's a scene where he
and-
falls off a cliff.
This movie is also, like, partially sponsored by McDonald's. Honestly, after this is done, just look up
Yeah,
like
look up
a
Mac and Me.
compilation of Paul Rudd Conan.
I will.
It's so funny.
I will.
It's so
good.
stupid.
It's stupid.
Next, he was in a show called Escape from Virtual Island.
Ooh, missed it.
Never heard of
Sorry, Paul. I feel bad, dude. I only watched his Marvel
He's wearing a
movies,
cowboy
apparently.
hat.
Okay.
it. What?
I don't know what this is. I have to look into this.
The virtual
In the year 2038, there's only one destination that can play host to the world's wealthiest adventure seekers. The Pangalaman Island Resort and Virtual Reality Theme Park, located on a private South Pacific island. Guests here live out their wildest fantasies in custom-made virtual reality simulations while also enjoying the usual amenities of an exclusive 5-star getaway. All is relatively breezy until famed billionaire and avid guest Mr. Wagner goes missing within a virtual simulation. This goes on and on.
It sounds very.
This
sounds
looks
very
bonkers.
convoluted.
It looks
This
bonkers.
This sounds amazing. This sounds amazing.
it looks like a fake, like, reality show that's virtual reality.
What's the title called?
Escape
again?
from Virtual Island.
Oh my goodness. Is Paul Rudd the main character?
Oh, it's a podcast series.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What the heck?
I mean,
Interesting.
maybe we should do a podcast series.
Somebody tell me how I can listen to this.
I want to listen to this.
Huh.
An Audible original. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
I always thought it would be kind of cool to
Aw.
actually have like a comedy written in a podcast form and just play out the lines. It would be really cool. Edit it later. Like swashbuckling pirate. I mean, imagine the commercials that we've done in the past, but just on like a grander scale for like writing and like character. Like where Ash is like
No, the only
like a
way to
witch.
listen to it, you have to get Audible.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's still cool.
Well,
All right.
free trial. He was in an episode of Home Movie The Princess Bride.
Okay.
He was in an episode of At Home with Amy Sedaris.
Who is that? ABC Dollars.
Comedian.
Oh, okay.
She wrote.
I don't know her. Interesting. Or if I do, I don't remember what she's been in. Oh, okay.
I was gonna say that picture might not have been the
Yeah,
best.
I kind of remember.
Yeah,
her.
she's kind of
Yeah.
over the top.
Yep.
He did 3 episodes of The Simpsons.
Okay.
And then his next movie was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Dang. Wait. Do we jump? Oh, wait.
2021.
Okay. Didn't he not act for a couple years then? Or did he actually do like
No, I think he's been pretty consistent.
yeah, but it makes sense why he did that Audible thing because he probably was
Yeah.
at home during the pandemic.
Exactly. They're like, let's just record something funny.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Interesting.
probably did it all just
Yep.
remotely.
I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you. You're right.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I love the movie.
I thought it was great.
And now there's a sequel, so I'm stoked.
It was great. I I was, you know me. If you've listened to the show, you know how much I love Ghostbusters. I was a little concerned with there being a sequel so far afterwards, but they didn't try to pick up right where it left off. They didn't try to do any of that. They like made the story happening currently, and with all new characters, with like touches to the past and stuff, and so it does work. Obviously, Paul Rudd's character is like the Louis Tully character, like the helper in a way. And it, for the most part, works. I'm curious to see, because I'm not watching trailers for the new movie, but I've seen like a teaser. And it looks like he's like very much now a part of the new Ghostbusters.
Cool.
So I'm very excited about that.
Me too.
I don't think you needed to see the old Ghostbusters to enjoy Afterlife.
Fully agree.
I agree, but you also need to know who Egon was for it to matter.
You don't need to have seen it, but there are callbacks and backstory that would give you a little more.
I think that the nod to some of that stuff and then what happens at the end, not to spoil it, is a lot more impactful if you've seen the
I
old
think it
ones,
probably
so,
makes it better
yes.
if
Sure.
you
Yeah.
know, if you can spot the Easter eggs,
Yes.
etc.
Yes.
But I don't think.
But
I
you
think
don't
if you
have
came
to
into
have
it
them.
blindly, you would still like the movie.
That's fair. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. He was in 4 episodes of Saturday Morning All-Star Hits. Don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was in the show The Shrink Next Door, which was an Apple.
See,
Apple TV with
we've
Will
never
Ferrell.
had Apple. So the only time that we had it, I think, was a trial for some way. And I remember I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Ted Lasso. And like that was the only Apple stuff I've ever seen.
Same.
So, yep, I'm way behind on the Apple stuff.
I don't watch any of the Apple stuff.
Yeah.
It's a weird vibe to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, none of us are Apple users, so it makes sense.
Fair.
He was in an episode of a show called Chivalry.
Okay.
And then he was in Chippendale Rescue Rangers
As Dale?
as Paul Rudd.
As Paul Rudd.
Oh.
He played
Oh,
himself.
Okay. I remember liking the movie.
It
I don't
was
remember
like
that. For some reason.
I think he was like at some party and it was just like, oh, hey.
Oh, okay.
And then like, because I think there was a lot of little cameos
Yeah.
in it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though.
It was really good.
It was really fun.
well done.
really well done.
It was fun.
It was really well done.
He did a voice in the Bob's Burgers movie.
Okay.
And then Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Do people shit on that movie? I think it was good enough. Like, I think that it was okay. It's just that Marvel, like, so much fatigue. So it's not his fault, but it wasn't a bad film. His daughter Cassie's
didn't-
older now. So, yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
agree.
fair.
You do get to get Michelle Pfeiffer finally because she's not in any of the other ones for a very
Well,
long.
and you learn more about Kang and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
true.
Getting her backstory is interesting. But
I mean,
yeah.
arguably, it kicks off the whole Kang storyline. And if you didn't,
Well, yeah, but-
and if you didn't have the Jonathan Majors issues, then hopefully they figure that out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
What you got?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
Oh, that's right. He's
Oh, he's the
Mondo
gecko
Gecko.
lizard.
yeah.
He's got a skateboard
Yeah.
and like the visor
Yeah.
with the spiky hair out the top. I loved that.
You
movie.
did?
I thought it was.
Oh.
I thought it was really
Oh,
fun.
I hated it. I freaking.
I
hated
loved
it.
Ray Fillet.
Oh,
I
dude,
loved
were you
it.
singing the whole time? Ray Fillet.
Ray
Because it was
Fillet.
Post Malone.
I loved it. Do I think it was the best Ninja Turtle movie? No, of course not.
yeah.
But I didn't expect that. I went in expecting a kids movie.
Yeah.
And that's what I got.
Well,
and
I don't know what
I
I
love-
expected, but it wasn't that piece of shit.
I can't believe you didn't like it.
I disliked
obviously,
it a
like,
lot, actually. Yeah.
I did not love April O'Neil. She probably was my least favorite character.
Yeah, I mean, just especially
and-
from the lore, she's just very different. Yeah.
Well, and I didn't love that they were like teens trying to be normal and go to school.
Yeah.
That part of it,
Yeah.
I could have done without entirely.
Sure.
I loved Ice Cube as Superfly. I loved it. And obviously, and that's the thing is like, I am not as much of a stickler for like the original character origins.
Sure, yeah.
for
And if
Ninja
that doesn't
Turtles.
matter to you, I don't think that it would bother you as much. But for someone
And
that really,
so for you,
yeah.
it probably really bothered
Oh,
you.
they
And-
changed up every single Turtles character, the way that they act, the way they interact.
fully.
Like, yes, they still had a nod to certain things, but for the most part, like the relationship status, it was always Mikey that loved April, not Leo, and they switched that up. And I hated that style of it. And I literally could do a whole podcast on it, and I don't want to do that. But I was very disappointed because I just wanted Turtles versus Shredder again, because it'd been so lame
Yeah,
with like
no,
the 3D movies for a while that I wanted.
I'll
another
give you
good
that.
one,
I
so-
definitely expected Shredder.
yeah,
And so when you didn't get Shredder, I was like, oh, interesting.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Bebop
I
and
thought it was really
Rocksteady aren't
fun.
even menacing. They just like kumbaya at
No.
the end, and like I don't know.
I-
There's a lot of I don't know. Ash, did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you need to watch it so you can have form your own opinion. I
It's
know
hard for me to
I'm
want to watch a
super
movie
disappointed.
when you come home and you're like, awful.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you'd be on my side or Amanda's side on how you'd feel about it.
I'll be honest, I know zero about what the expectations are for the characters.
So you might like it.
So I might enjoy it
yeah,
like Amanda did.
I know. For me though, it was just I was disappointed on a lot of different levels for it. So
Well, and I think going into it, I knew that it was like a whole new imagining of the story.
right.
And so I kind of was just like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I'm down to watch it. And I think that just goes back to like my philosophy on life of just watch a fucking movie.
Yeah, no.
Like, it doesn't
I mean,
have to.
I think I walked away and I was
Um,
telling people I was like, popcorn flick, 100%. Like it is just a
Yes.
fun. It is a fun movie
Yeah.
for that. If you love Turtles, I don't like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you grew up in the 80s or the 90s and you watched the cartoons and you loved the movies up until now, I just feel like it missed on a lot of levels. But this is not the Turtle podcast or the Paul Rudd podcast, so I apologize.
Nah, I don't know. Ashley, did you like the animation style of Into the Spideyverse?
Yeah.
Then you'll be okay. It's a little jarring to me, that kind of animation style, but I really enjoy it. And the animation style isn't exactly the same, but it's that similar sort
It's
of like
Where it feels
half
kind of like a drawing.
computer.
To me,
Yeah.
it's too much. I think Into the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse was perfect, and then Turtles was like, let's do it more, but on LSD. And it's like way too much, way too many flashes, and all the character.
So perfect for this generation.
It was a lot. Yes, for the ADHD stuff.
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, I remember thinking, oh my God, that was way too much going on. Way too many flashy lights and colors. And some of the character models, they're on purpose asymmetrical, and I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Like, I'm pretty sure April O'Neil has one eye that's like bugging the entire time and like a different like pupil. And I was like, no, I'm not. I can't. She's tweaking the whole time. Sorry. And to anyone that loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the newest movie, I apologize. It was not for me. To each his own.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on.
Next, he was in 9 episodes of Only Murders in the Building.
Missed it.
I've never watched this, and it's on my list because I really want to. Steve Martin, Martin Short, I think Selena Gomez, and they're having all these different guest stars come in. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's still
It looks really
going
fun.
on.
Yes, it
I
is.
tried to watch the first episode twice, and I think I can get further. I just wasn't in the right like mindset to watch it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has great reviews, so I'd like to try to again.
Yeah.
But obviously don't know what his role is. He was in 2 episodes of What If. And then his next movie is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Okay. The trailer looks great. So I imagine it will be good. And they bring back the boys again, which is nice. From the first.
Well, they bring back everybody.
Yeah, fair. Yes.
Because basically, I think the idea is that I don't know too much, but I think it's like all the previous ghosts they caught, like in the containment unit in New York, it like has a meltdown.
Got it.
And all the ghosts get let
Yeah.
out.
And then there's a new villain that like controls ice or something like that.
I don't know. It looks fucking cool.
It looks super
Like,
awesome. It looks great.
But
Yeah.
honestly, I'm good with it. Like, I'm hoping, like, I get why they wanted Gozer to be the villain in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now I'm like, okay, now we get a new villain.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Agreed.
he gave me the old flavor.
Yeah.
Now I want the new thing.
Fair.
So I'm
Yep.
All right, so coming out after that, movie called Friendship. When new neighbor Brian threatens his quiet life, Craig Waterman struggles to protect his family's security. It's a
God.
comedy.
Okay.
Movie called Death of a Unicorn. It's a comedy horror.
Okay.
Father-daughter duo Riley and Elliot hit a unicorn with their car and bring it to the wilderness retreat of a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO.
Okay.
And then another comedy called The Invite follows Joe and Angela and how their marriage has fallen into routine. Angela invites their neighbors Kayla and Shane over cocktails, and unexpectedly they discover how their neighbors might be hosting weekly orgies.
All right. So it's one of those, fun, awkward comedy.
So that's what he's got going on.
Sounds like Paul Ruddy.
Sounds like it.
Wow. This is one of our longer ones. So if you
Okay,
can
quick
remember. Yeah.
quick fire. What are you going to go back and watch?
Ugh. Wonderlust.
Honestly, I was going to say, for me, probably Anchorman.
Yeah, Anchorman's a good one.
Honestly, I haven't seen Anchorman in so long. I feel like I need it in my life again. If I was going to watch something that I haven't seen, I'd probably try to watch Living with Yourself again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would watch Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. I don't know. One of those, a couple of them that you were chatting about between like the 2019 and 2022 era, I feel like I would have watched it if I would have known about it. But I'll have to go back through his filmography again to.
Oh, and I may look into a free Audible trial so I can listen
there
to
you
that.
go.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, there you go.
So what do you watch, Andy?
There we
Mute?
have it.
The Catcher was a spy.
No. It was Mute. I think it was Mute.
The Mute Bartender.
The Mute Bartender. I'm kind of. I'd be curious
Yeah,
what that one would.
I'd be interested to see what the deal is
Yeah.
with that one.
100%.
Cool.
Look
Yeah.
at us.
Look at us.
Look at
Look
us
at
doing
us.
a Paul Rudd episode.
at us.
Amanda, where can people tell us? Wow, you guys need to watch more Paul Rudd movies.
Or wow.
I
Paul
mean, I
Rudd, you
feel
need
like
to do
we've seen
better
a lot.
movies.
Ouch.
Yeah,
He's listening right
so
now.
come,
love you, Paul
come
Rudd.
talk to us at our.
No,
Come
no,
talk
no,
to us
no.
at our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. We also have a TikTok at Real Awkward Podcast and Patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast.
If you don't know, this is the Real Awkward Podcast.
And it's been real awkward.
Bye bye.
Bye. Look at us.
Hello, Real Awkward listeners. The Real Awkward Podcast turns 3 this year. That's right, 3 years of fun, entertaining content for you guys, and we cannot do it without listeners like you. If you guys want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast. For $3 a month, that gets you access to exclusive shows, merchandise, and name shoutouts on the show. We also will take your suggestions for show topics. Thank you so much for 3 years, and we look forward to many more.